All right, back on the newsfeed. Eskom has found a technical solution to extend the deadline for tomorrow to update prepaid electricity meters. But it still requires customers to buy tokens before the expiry date. The tokens can be bought from any legal vendor. The final update can then be completed at a later date at an Eskom office. About 2 million prepaid customers are impacted. All right, Lumka Bekindawo is live for us still in Soweto. Lumka, how are people responding, I suppose, to news that there is a way in which they can recharge and still be able to meet the deadline for tomorrow?
Good afternoon, Thabo. What I can tell you right now is that the officials, Eskom officials here in Soweto, they have managed to help about 1,098 Eskom customers today. And if you can see behind me, people, there were queues here earlier on, but now they have finished. They are done for the day. And they were telling us that the past 3 days have been hectic, but they have managed to help the people of Soweto. As you can see that there are no queues now. People went home. They are done with upgrading their prepaid meters. But now let's bring in the Eskom spokesperson, Daphne Mokwena, who's going to tell us more. How did they manage to finish early today? Sisi, Daphne, welcome once again at Newzroom Afrika. Thank you so much for your time. We see that there are no queues. Today you are done. How did you manage? And also, are you hoping that tomorrow there are people that are still going to come?
Thanks, Lumka. So how did we manage the 10,098? So as we mentioned earlier on, that we had a strategy where we have pre-generated their tokens to enable them to update their meters, but we needed them to go and purchase electricity. So most of our customers here, they went and purchased. Those that couldn't purchase, because we said go and purchase and then come later, that is Monday onwards. So those that couldn't purchase, they came back and we took their details because either their meters are not registered, some didn't, that we assisted today, they didn't have meters or they couldn't remember their meters. So we took their details so that we can send them the necessary SMSs so that we can also complete the process with them.
All right. Yeah. Today you managed to finish very early. Yes. And also, do you think that there are still people around the area that are still going to come and do and register their prepaid?
Maybe let me start also by thanking our teams, really our teams, committed teams on the ground. You know, they came out in full force to assist their customers. They worked very hard since morning up until now. So in terms of tomorrow, we are still open tomorrow in case customers come in, because even today we thought, you know, having looked at the numbers and have dealt with the numbers, because there's nobody that we turned back, only those ones that we said go and buy, and then and we had those that came back and said, but I can't because when I try to buy, either my meter number is not recognized because they've got meter numbers that are not linked to their boxes. So those are the ones that we have. So we don't know how many are still going to come, but we will be open to assist customers. But we still insist that the ones that are preparing to come tomorrow, they must start by going to buy electricity. Once they get to buy electricity, because then that will be their last day tomorrow, they must go buy electricity, get their tokens, those tokens that will enable them to buy electricity, and they can start coming to our offices from Monday, or they will receive SMSs and no need for them to come to our offices, which will guide them on in terms of what they need to do.
All right, lastly, Daphne, what is going to happen to those customers, those that did not manage to come here, maybe up until the deadline? Those people, maybe they're in hospitals or they're out of the province. What's going to happen to them?
You know, Lumka, I think this thing of Ubuntu, or Sinobuntu, I think is playing a very critical role, because what we have seen today, you know, we have seen customers coming in to say, I am actually representing my neighbor because my neighbor is in hospital, or I'm representing a gogo because a gogo cannot, you know, walk or whatever the issue may be, that gogo couldn't come. But in those instances where, say, a gogo or somebody who's in hospital couldn't come today, as long as we know that they can show us that they were in hospital and they've got that proof, I think we will be able to still assist them, since we said we have pre-generated the tokens. Those that can still send their neighbors or their kids to go and buy for them, please, we insist that they still go and buy for them, even when they are probably somebody who's in hospital, but you are not that critical, but you can still send somebody to go and buy for you, so that you are also not left behind, and we can complete the process with you later.
Thank you very much, Daphne, for your time.
Please.
There you have it, Thabo. That is Daphne Mokwena, who is the spokesperson for Eskom, telling us that they're telling us how they managed to help so many people today. And she's saying that they are hoping that tomorrow there will still be people that will come and they will assist them. For now, back to you in studio.